Team news. Chepauk was out for the Blues with a damaged knee. 16-year-old Shrivastava took his place, while in the green lineup, all eyes were on Sourav Ganguly, the former captain, with a point to prove. To the action then, the Blues batting first.
This is the second game of the Challenger Series. This one is between India Blues and India Greens. Sachin Tendulkar there on your screen, and he's there with the youngster Tanmay Shrivastava. One has heard a lot of good things about him from the under-19 tours to England and Pakistan. So a lot in store for him. Big occasion for this youngster from UP, 16 years of age. And
that's a beauty. What a way to get off the mark. Will Master, hopefully, will play a few more of these.
Very watchful there, Sachin Tendulkar, letting the ball come onto the bat and watching it right till the end. Dispatching it so easily in between that fielder position at mid-wicket and mid-on.
That's true. That'll require some chasing down. It is a fast outfield. Whoopsie! Just dived a little too early. It is agonizingly close, that one.
Well, bit of bounce, but Tendulkar equal to the task. High elbow, just punching it past the fielder at point, and we have the diving runner just managing to get away from his fingertip.
One day before the tournament, I'm told, Sourav Ganguly was the first man to arrive here and practice on his own with local talent. He's very determined. Got in here, he wanted to get used to the conditions, the wicket, the light, everything. He believes in himself and he believes that he's going to make the comeback. Now that's important. Whatever you want to achieve, first of all, you've got to believe in yourself before you start convincing others. More runs. He's going to come back for the second. He'll have to hurry. He does it with ease. In the air, but there's no fielder. He didn't quite connect it. Not as well as he would have wanted to. But yet it carries for four. So Sachin now joining the party.
Well, certainly he was probably feeling left out, but not quite where he intended it to go. Getting at the bottom edge of the bat, but nevertheless this is a fast outfield and it just rolls over the fence. Not quite where he intended it to go.
Now that is a good shot. That is a brilliant shot.
Well, Sachin Tendulkar joins the party. He is certainly feeling left out in the previous over, but consecutive boundaries here for him. Over mid-off, just free flow of his arms, and he's timed right like a beauty.
Four more. There's no chasing that one down. Suddenly the bowlers will now be feeling the heat, literally.
Picked it from middle and off stump. Little Master. Great execution of a shot. That was not a bad delivery at all. Tendulkar has made a beautiful shot. Looks so easy. The bowler will put his head down. Great batting.
He just picks it up on the rise, as you said very rightly, one of the good deliveries. And when a good delivery like that, the bowler doesn't know what to do. And the good delivery goes for 4 runs. You can't do anything about it. And when a batsman like Tendulkar is in full form and picks it up on the rise, see his eye. His eyes always on the ball.
Change of angle this time, but no change of any result. As far as run scoring is concerned, consecutive boundaries for Tendulkar. Also, second youngest cricketer to have played for India in Test match cricket, Piyush Chawla. There's the signal from the power play from the umpire. The first 10 overs, India Blues were 55 for 1, run rate of 5.5. And the second power play was taken. They've upped the tempo, got 49 from 5 overs for the loss of no wickets, 9.8 runs in the last 5 overs.
That's basically because of Sachin Tendulkar pacing himself wonderfully. The first 10 overs, Sachin was just not trying to play his shots. The last 5 overs, actually, he didn't really play his shots, but just played some amazing shots, I should say.
Straight. And it's gone the distance. Tendulkar has reached his 50 in amazing style.
And don't forget, he had the mid-on inside, and Sachin Tendulkar took up the challenge and lofted it. Oh, straight, I think it was an effortless shot. Today's shots, if you see, most of the shots of Sachin Tendulkar have been effortless. There you see, he doesn't even step out. He just lofts it, picks it up on the rise, got the elevation right, and goes for the second one. This one, cross-barrel shot. This is some of the shots he played against Shane Warne, I remember 1998, against this leg spinner. And knowing very well that Piyush Chawla is not a big turner of the ball, plays the shot with a little bit of confidence. I thought, Ellis, you were the one who gave him the confidence, I think, the practice sessions bowling the leg breaks, I'm right?
Yeah, I did spend a week against Tendulkar bowling on the foot marks, but here's another excellent shot. Went flatter than the first one, but in the gap. And inside out. This is the best. This is the best shot of the afternoon.
Actually, today's great exhibition of how to play shots with effortless ease. That's what Sachin Tendulkar is doing today. I guess he's taking revenge on Piyush Chawla for what Chawla did to Tendulkar last year. So I'm sure Tendulkar hasn't forgotten him yet. And so he wants to show Piyush Chawla who the real Tendulkar is.
Just for the benefit of the viewers, Piyush Chawla dismissed Tendulkar in the last edition of the Challenger Series, bowling a googly from round the stumps. Tendulkar trying to gut, got an inside edge, played it onto the stumps. It's a good reply. Good memory as well, Tendulkar. And again, another 6. The crowd's loving it. Tendulkar's enjoying it as well. 21 runs of the over. It's 125 for 1. Former Indian captain Ganguly chipping in now. And just telling him what lines to bowl. Saurav Ganguly just having a few words with the young leg spinner Piyush Chawla. Just telling him to bowl the right lines. But it is difficult, very, very difficult for anybody to bowl to Tendulkar.
Being an expert leg spinner, don't forget the wicket is good, the ball is coming onto your bat, and Sachin Tendulkar is almost reaching his 50 by the time. Do you think it was a good decision to bring in Chawla? As a leg spinner, would you have liked to bowl in power play situations?
I think if he decided to bring on Piyush Chawla, what he could have done is delayed the power play at least by a couple of overs, let the leg spinner settle down, spread out the field, let him settle down. And see how Tendulkar responds, how Pathan responds. There is a good chance of picking a wicket caught in the deep against these two batsmen. Cheeky. Getting back to what we were talking. If Mohammad Kaif had decided to bring on the leg spinner, then he should have let the leg spinner bowl at least 2-3 overs to settle down and spread out the field. If Pathan likes to play over the top, Tendulkar, as we saw, likes to play over the top. If they're caught in the deep, then there's an arrival of a new batsman. Then you take the first over from Piyush Chawla. Memorable one for Tendulkar, forgettable one for the leg spinner. Big hit straight down the ground. That's the way he reached his 50. And this was a real slog. And then caressed it through the offside, opening the pace of the bat. And this one was just pure arrogance. Arrogance of a genius. 10 fours and 2 sixes for Tendulkar. And again, just listen to the crowd. They are going mad. Tendulkar, a smile on his face is a rarity on the cricket field. 11th boundary.
I think today Tendulkar seems to be enjoying his game. I don't think he really wanted to hit it that way. Probably it was not the way he intended to play the shot. Probably first he wanted to hit it on the leg side, and then I don't think he really timed it well. But then imagine Sachin Tendulkar, first 10 runs, or first 20 runs, he got about 10 balls. But now he's got 72 runs of 47 balls. His strike rate is 153. I think he's just enjoying his game today. That's what is fantastic.
A dot delivery to end the over. 132 for 1. Seven runs coming in the last over from Ashish Nehra. It's been very, very expensive. None for 40 in 6 overs. India.
So the run rate now 7.54. But what India Greens have managed to do is take that all-important wicket. Irfan Pathan was the one who provided the impetus. They've gotten rid of one, they've got to get rid of the other, which is Sachin Tendulkar, and he's in really ominous touch, 72 of 48. But you're right, Nikhil, lots of problems for Mohammad Kaif.
That's the young man who got the wicket of Irfan Pathan, and Rahul Dravid out in the middle with Sachin Tendulkar with no pressure whatsoever to get runs quickly.
So new man in, chance to get rid of the last 2 overs of the power play. Bowling change, Praveen Kumar now has been given the job to restrict Sachin Tendulkar. They've got a deep square leg and they've got a deep third man. Those are the 2 permitted outside the circle. The rest are like a ring round. Thankfully he's gotten rid of that slip fielder. But it took an over of 21 to get rid of that slip fielder.
Well, Praveen Kumar once again into the attack to the little master, who's enjoyed batting on this track so far, and especially against some of the quicks where the ball's been coming onto the bat. That's the power play summary. The first to the 10th over, that's the first power play. 55 runs, pick up the wicket. Look at the second one, 9.8 runs. That's where he had to delay those 2 power plays. Well, I'll come back to that, and that's the power play we're talking about, the second power play and the third. Now we had seen some great display of captaincy yesterday where Venugopal delayed the second and third power play, but that's where I think Mohammad Kaif got it wrong, and he had to pay a huge penalty for that.
This is a rare time in Rahul Dravid's life. It's not normal that you see a man of his stature and his consistency go through a lean patch. 9 innings, 92 runs at an average of 11. Now this is his career statistics. Unbelievable. His average has come down from that 40 plus to the late 30s, but he's really short of runs. So I think the intention for Rahul Dravid should be to bat through the innings, not only for himself but for the ensuing Champions Trophy of the ICC. Now take a look at the way he got dismissed yesterday. Again falling over, head falling over, and consequently bat coming from almost gully. Should have been forward. Foot not going forward enough, and then, well, it did keep a little low as well. But he allowed it to keep low. If he was on the front foot, could have been different. Rahul Dravid with, after that 100 in Kingston, Dravid has got 11, 0, 15, 18, 9 not out, 26, 6, 0 and 7. Goodness me. So there would be a few butterflies in that stomach. However great a batsman you may be, 3 or 4 innings you don't get runs and you start fearing at cricket ground. That was a big hit, but he couldn't quite get the gap. Just 2 runs from the 19th over, 134 for 2.
Well, that's the projected scores. If they keep going on, they get to 353. They get to 6 in over, 322. They'll be looking at about 6.5 runs and over from here on in. Well, talking about Rahul Dravid, Arun, Riley said 9 innings, but interestingly, out of those 9, 7 of his innings have come when he's gone out to open the batting. Now, why would you want to do that when you have a fantastic record in the middle order? Why would you want to change that and go out there and try and open the innings?
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. I agree, and I firmly believe that Rahul Dravid is best suited for the Indian side as well in there he is, number 3. He's got the maximum number of runs, but he hasn't done too badly as far as the average that suggests. But the slump has been in the last couple of months. So this is a different situation for him and something that he's not really used to. He's fed off his own success. We just got to wait and see how he handles this situation. He's a great player. Needs to get out of it very, very quickly. Last ball of the power plays. And it is blocked. Dot ball to end it. 139 for 2 after 20.
Well, that's the batting card so far. Tendulkar, 73 of 54 deliveries. And that wicket of Pathan brought on about Rahul Dravid onto the crease. He was looking to steady the ship, get some runs under the belt with the ICC trophy on the head.
But terrible, terrible mix-up between the two. Let's take another look.
Well, there it is. Dravid always wanting the second, ran the first one hard, and that's the mix-up. Sachin said no, and then finally good. Watch him coming between the throw, but Praveen Kumar just letting the ball go. He had ample opportunity and ample amount of time. Piyush Chawla must be wondering, we had that window what we wanted to get Sachin Tendulkar. We let it go.
Brilliant. Over the top, and it's away. There's a no ball to boot. Things not going well
Well, Sachin Tendulkar in fantastic form, but Praveen Kumar, not express pace, once again dropping it short. And when a man like Tendulkar's in song, you don't want to be bowling at that length.
So 5 runs there, and the fielder drops back for Sachin Tendulkar. That's the inside edge, almost played on. A good take there by Parthiv Patel. It's not easy to change directions. Once you have the inside edge of the bat, the ball changes directions.
Well, Tendulkar once again trying to be cheeky, just toying with the ball. Brought upon that smile, trying to glide it away to third man. Just getting the inside edge. But a good take at the end by Parthiv Patel.
Now Sachin is wanting to. And he's going to get it. Well, this is an important tournament, and it's coming live on your screens on Neo Sports, the home of Indian cricket. All international and domestic cricket to be played in India is going to be exclusive on Neo Sports. Irani Trophy coming up on 9th to the 13th of October, and then the Dilip Trophy final between the 12th and 16th November. That also live and exclusive on Neo Sports. What happened there? Trying to be too cute, got away with it though. 149 for 2 after 21.
Well, 4 bowlers used for the India green so far, and look at the economy rate, all above 6. Piyush Chawla went for 21 off his first, but he's come back well.
Also brings up the 150 of the innings. Well, Rahul Dravid has been struggling of late. Part of the reason is that his foot is going too far across and is having to play across the pad. Something like that. Now, sometimes it's not very easy to do, because once you've got to play around that front pad, you tend to get that leg in the way. But nothing that a little bit of time at the crease cannot sort out. That's the best medicine for lack of form or struggling in your technique or not striking the middle. The best remedy is to spend time in the middle. Well, he's tried that at least 3 times in the last 5 balls that he's played. Not much success for Tendulkar there.
Well, change of strategy for Piyush Chawla to Sachin Tendulkar has come round the wicket. He's got 5 fielders on the onside.
That is in the air. Has the fielder got enough legs? No, he doesn't. For a moment, Piyush Chawla was interested.
Well, change of strategy brought about that ray of hope. Tendulkar looking to sweep, was in the air for a while, but it was quite a distance from the man at that deep square leg.
Wasim Jafar there at square leg. Couldn't quite make it. Just too far away from him. One's got agony and the other's got a smile. Now that's the reverse sweep. It's not often that you see Sachin Tendulkar play that shot, and he's played it exquisitely.
Well, he's reading the youngster like a book. He's anticipating the length, the line the youngster's going to be bowling, and look at that reverse sweep there. He's timed it beautifully. He's just milking the bowling at this moment in time.
Well, this is a masterly display. You call him the master, but this is why. This innings is why. Ends with a single, 159 for 2.
Well, Tendulkar very quickly moving on to 88 of just 62 deliveries. And I've been told by a stats man, Mohandas, that he's got 30 of 10 deliveries from Piyush Chawla.
Tendulkar, Dravid have put on 27 of 28. Tendulkar very quickly on to 88 of 62 deliveries, a strike rate of 141. This magnificent crowd that's turned up today on a holiday has thronged the stadium, as he's really got his money's worth. Hemang Badani, now that's continues to surprise us. Mohammad Kaif. Hemang Badani will bowl his slow left arm. Sachin greets him with some splendid footwork. Take a look at this. Great footwork, made room for himself and played it inside out. Magnificent.
Well, Tendulkar at his best. Jumping down to Badani, making that room and playing that inside out over the cover fielder. This is Tendulkar at his best.
Badani has got problems with Tendulkar. He's got problems with the umpire as well. He's being cautioned not to run in front of the umpire or on into the danger area. 92 of 64. That cannot be out. It's against the rules of cricket. Bowling from over the wicket. Obviously landed outside leg stump. This is what he was, the previous delivery was being cautioned about. That has been swept away for 4. Goodness me, that ball really travels when Sachin sweeps, gets it in the middle of the bat, and he can play it from behind the keeper to behind square leg.
Well, Tendulkar at his best. He swept fine. And once again, Hemang Badani's got problems with Tendulkar.
Now he's a stroke away from his 100. Is that the one? Maybe not. Just one.
Well, I don't know what amazes me.
That looks rather ominous. The way Sachin is going, 8 wickets in hand with some big hitters to come. That really looks difficult now for the Greens. Certainly expect to be around 330 with 8 wickets in hand. Could even be beyond 350. If Tendulkar stays well, let's not even try and guess where they can reach.
Well, I guess that's the right thing to do. Get Tendulkar off strike, give him the one, get the captain in, Rahul Dravid, try and give him as much strike as possible, and get those close-in fielders and let him not get away from strike. Restrict Dravid from rotating strike, let him try and play the big shots, and maybe that can...
.24 overs gone, 169 for 2. Sachin Tendulkar just a shot away from a splendid 100. Hemang Badani it will be to continue, and in the commentary box it's Shiva Ramakrishnan and Sabah Karim.
Thanks, Arun. It's been outstanding display so far. And one is hoping it will continue from the real master. They get a single. Get to 99. And an overthrow. Just listen to the crowd. Tendulkar's got to 100. And an outstanding 100 this has been. 16 fours, 2 sixes. Everyone a gem. He is in good form. What a treat to watch. 100 coming in just 69 balls at a strike rate of just under 145.
It's a superb 100 by Sachin Tendulkar. What a knock it has been. Hit shots all around the wicket. His 51st list A 100. Sachin Tendulkar here masterminding the proceedings now. Very cleverly played.
The 51st list 100 in Chepauk. Tendulkar averages 92 in test matches. This might be just the Challenger Trophy. If you're looking at international cricket, this might be Challenger Series. Might be the build-up to the Champions Trophy, but this man is in amazing form. He struck the ball beautifully. And in the deep will be a mere spectator. He's turning the heat on.
He is in prime form. And right now he's toying with the bowling here. Hemang Badani really doesn't know where to bowl. Sachin Tendulkar stepping out and hitting that one over the field at long off for the maximum, for a delightful 6. It's been excellent batting by Sachin Tendulkar. This one a full toss. And is it going to be a 4? No, well covered by Piyush Chawla. Was that a no ball? The umpire does not think so. End of this over, 181 for 2.
All the bowlers have been very expensive. In fact, everybody conceding over 6 runs and over. Wicket for Balaji up front, wicket for Piyush Chawla, but everybody has been expensive. Chawla will continue round the stumps. That catches the ball. A difficult take to the right of young Piyush Chawla. Missed it from Tendulkar, but an opportunity gone.
A difficult catch there for Piyush Chawla. Trying once again Sachin Tendulkar to go inside out. Got the inside edge. Low on the bat. And this one was a quite a difficult catch for Piyush Chawla. He missed it.
Was the single? Dravid says no. Throw goes to the non-strikers end. No damage done. We talked about the return catch, but the intention of Sachin Tendulkar was to hit it through the offside, which is why Piyush Chawla's weight went towards his left-hand side and reacted late for the catch. One of the reasons why he put it down. The single brings up the 50 partnership between Dravid and Tendulkar.
Run rate here for India Blues motoring. Now the chance offered by Rahul Dravid. Eyes not on the ball there by Partha Patel, and that's how he missed it. His hands are quite stiff. Rahul Dravid's trying to force this one from Hemang Badani to the offside. Was unable to connect, but he nicked it. Rahul Dravid trying to force this one on the offside. It's the delivery from Hemang Badani. Got a thick outside edge. Was not able, Partha Patel, the keeper, was not able to collect it.
Tendulkar 110. Let's take a look at the areas where he scored. Take a look at the wagon wheel. 50% on either side. Can't get better. This is one of the best innings I've seen Tendulkar play. Again, well placed. Very well placed. He had everybody interested. Catch was the call, but he knows he's picked a spot, Tendulkar.
He's played these inside-out shots exceptionally well today. Sachin Tendulkar once again stepping out, just placing it between that fielder at cover and the one standing at long off. And they can only stand and admire.
Reverse sweep, a big appeal, not given. Tendulkar will stay on 114, 190 for 2. There are 23 overs remaining. Even at the current rate, India Blues will get to 352. These are good batting conditions. Saurav should quite enjoy it when he comes out to bat. Had a few months off. In fact, played a month of county cricket, Saurav Ganguly, for Northamptonshire. Experience, looking for the block hole. Difficult to get consistency in Yorkers, but the execution was good on the last occasion.
Should be a good contest. Saurav Ganguly versus Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid. Saurav Ganguly has been a fighter all along. Let's see what he does today. Been asked to bowl under difficult conditions with favour completely towards the two players here. A good start by Saurav Ganguly. And that is Dilip Vengsarkar, the newly appointed chairman of the National Selection Committee, watching the proceedings here. Dilip Vengsarkar must have enjoyed what happened yesterday, and even today he's keeping an eye on the proceedings.
Three dot balls, we haven't seen that in this innings for a while. Ganguly is doing well. He started off quite nicely. It's not the quickest last delivery, 110, but the important thing is getting just back of a length around the off stump. Just sticking to the basics. Another good delivery. It's been an excellent over so far. Just one run from the first 5 balls.
Just trying to put the ball in the right area. Saurav Ganguly knows very well that Sachin Tendulkar is in very good form. Anything short or slightly wide, any width to him would be dangerous. He's trying to stick to the basics, just trying to put the ball in the good length area. He's got his long on and long off position.
Should get a couple there, but Tendulkar is quite content just to take the single. He'll also keep strike. It's 192 for 2.
The run rate dipping here slightly, but that's the projected score. If India Blues keep scoring at this rate, they will get to about 343, and they can up that acceleration 8 per over. It will go up to 368.
.130 between Pathan and Tendulkar. Appeal from Partha Patel. No reaction from the third umpire.
So what can Mohammad Kaif do here? Has he missed out on some trick here? They've got a regular off spinner in the side, Saurashish Lahiri. He has not been asked to bowl so far.
The reverse sweep has cleared the infield, and this is a fast outfield. It's raining boundaries here at the Chidambaram Stadium.
He's enjoying it, Sachin Tendulkar. He has swept in both sides of the wicket. He has swept it fine, and he has reverse swept also so well.
Straight. One bounce. Tendulkar dominating this royally. It's been outstanding batsmanship from the Lil Master.
There's no stopping him here. And this time he decides to go straight over the head of the bowler. No chance at all for the fielder there at long off or long on. And that brings up 200 of the innings of India Blue side.
Magnificent. All the way. Haven't seen Tendulkar in the last year and a half use his feet too much against the spinners. But these last two shots have been sensational.
Stepping out quite early this time, Sachin Tendulkar had enough time to play this one again inside out over the fence at cover for a delightful 6. So he's enjoying his batting here. And yes, you're right, Ellis. After a long time, when I'm seeing him bat like this, and this is the 6th hit of the delivery from Himang Badani.
Great watching so far. Stay tuned. India Blues won the toss and decided to bat first. Are cruising at this stage. 208 for 2 in 29 overs. And the master has played a gem. Tendulkar. Strike rate of 146.1. He's batting on 130. 21 overs still remaining. Dravid on 16. He's got 19 fours and 4 sixes. Tendulkar. Shot making has been brilliant. Very slow to start with. Then once he got used to the pitch, he played some amazing shots through the leg side and through the offside. Just waiting for the bowler to on occasions. This one of Lakshmipati Balaji was excellent shot, considering he brought the broad man into play. And his placement has been a pure delight to watch right through the innings. And against Piyush Chawla, he picked up 21 runs in his first over. That was a classical drive through the offside. This one, old-fashioned slog, but going the distance. And then leaning back to get the elevation. A lot of these reverse sweeps have come into play as well. 4 sixes for Tendulkar. Brought up the 100.
This is the second match of the Challenger Series, India Blues versus India Reds. And India Blues, after that loss to India Reds yesterday, stung by that loss, have responded in a very positive fashion, extremely emphatic. 209 for 2 at this stage, with Sachin Tendulkar in sublime form, giving him support, Rahul Dravid.
Gone in the air. There's a man at deep square leg, but he's nowhere in the picture. There was a short fine leg and a deep square leg, and Tendulkar has paddle fined Ganguly for a boundary. Boundary number 20.
First over he faced against Saurav Ganguly, he was cautious, wanted to see what Saurav was trying to do, but this time around, solid improvisation from the little master. It was pitched all outside the off stump, he went right across and just toying it once again with the bowling here.
Miscue is looking to go straight down the ground, getting the outside edge. Probably the first false shot that Tendulkar has played today.
Losing control in that shot. He's trying to hit over the top, straight over the head of Saurav Ganguly. Got the thick outside edge.
83 the partnership between Tendulkar and Dravid.
So what is Saurav Ganguly trying to do here, especially when he's bowling to Sachin Tendulkar? He's trying to pitch the ball in the good length area because he's got his long off and long on. So he's trying to restrict the scoring opportunities of Sachin Tendulkar. There's the long on there. So Sachin has that area awakened right behind Saurav Ganguly. Interesting battle.
Just went for 2 runs in his first over, Ganguly. He's gone for 7 in the first 4 deliveries in this over.
Saurav Ganguly has to be very careful because here Sachin Tendulkar is always trying to improvise. That's how he got to that boundary. So Saurav has to actually look at his feet. Any movement, any hint that will help Saurav Ganguly to decide on the kind of length he should bowl.
Can't be given, impact outside off. 30 overs gone, it's 215 for 2. Run rate now well over 7. In total control, India Blues. Well, after 30 overs, you normally would look to double the score. To double this one is 430. Certainly India Blues should get around 370, 380 from here on.
And finally,
Has to bowl his full quota of 10 overs. He has to bowl till the very end. His last over will be the 49th over.
quite surprising, Alice failed to understand what was going on in Mohammad Kaif's head. Very difficult for a youngster to come and immediately get into a good rhythm, especially when he is bowling to someone like Sachin Tendulkar, who's in such a good form. But this youngster from Bengal has been an effective performer and done quite well for Bengal.
Kuala Lumpur showed that he batted right through the 50 overs, shown great fitness. I mean, here the conditions are not very easy. Conditions very warm, very humid here. Take a look at what happens during the drinks interval. Tendulkar making sure that he wipes everything. Look at his shirt. Look at the trousers. Making sure the grip is in proper conditions. If it's wet, there's a...
I like spending time out in the middle in competitive situations.
The confidence of runs behind your name is a different confidence at all, completely. I mean, you could be striking it really well in the nets, but if you get even if you get a scratchy 100, it counts for more than, you know, batting really well in the nets.
The partnership, these two have put on 91 of 85, of which Dravid has got just 24. Not really taking too many chances against Saurav Ganguly. Sachin Tendulkar, he obviously doesn't want to lose his wicket to him. That's the partnership graphic.
If Sachin keeps batting till the 45th over, I think a double 100 is on the cards for him.
Oh yes, with ease in his kind of form. In fact, he has to do nothing. He's just got to occupy the crease, not even take any risks at all. He can get to that 200. But he did this in the previous over, just picked it up from outside the off stump. Even if he's struck on the pad, it's really out of harm's way. He's got 5 on the off, 4 on the on. But he doesn't have a fine leg. The fine leg is in the 30-yard circle, and he doesn't have a square leg either. Let's put that into the gap. Is that going to beat the fielder? Doesn't. He comes back for the second. End of the 32nd, 5 runs from it. It's 225 for 2. Well, the hot and humid conditions, not so humid today, but it's certainly very hot. And I say not so humid, it's in comparison to yesterday. But there's something bothering his grip. You need to be very fit in these conditions. You lose a lot of fluids. You've got to keep taking in fluids. And of course, the amount of running that you've done, you could be cramping as well.
Well, Sachin is very, very match fit. I mean, I've seen him play a lot of innings where in the 49th over he's run really quickly to come back for the 3rd run. So he's very match fit. He knows how to run between the wickets very well, how to conserve his energy while running between the wickets when he needs to really push for a 1 or maybe just amble across for a 1. He's a master of running between the wickets.
Yes, it's all about common sense, isn't it? I mean, you can talk about technique, you can talk about temperament, but eventually it boils down to common sense, and a lot of sweat like a waterfall, in fact, under that helmet. So he's sort of prone to cramping in a long innings. So he's got to be a little careful and keep, you know, rehydrating at the slightest opportunity. Well, that didn't come off.
This is a big, big moment for Sarvashish Lahiri. He just idolizes Sachin Tendulkar. This is an extremely big moment for him because he's bowling to 2 of his favorite cricketers. If he gets one of them out, Bengal have a good chance this season of doing well because Sarvashish's confidence will be sky high.
He's got him. You just put the curse on Sachin Tendulkar, but Sarvashish Lahiri smiling from year to year, and he should be.
Well, let's just hope Sachin doesn't hear my comments when he goes back, but I'm extremely happy for Sarvashish over there. He's bowled well over the last couple of seasons. This is a big opportunity for him. This will do his confidence a lot of good.
So the masterly innings of Sachin Tendulkar comes to an end. 139 of just 100 deliveries. So the third wicket falls and India Blues are now 226 for 3.
Well, that was awesome batting. 381 for 6, 35 fours, 16 sixes. Not a session for the bowlers. Tendulkar leading the way. That was his 51st senior one-day 100, 139 off just 100 balls. He was a bit overshadowed in the hitting stakes, though, by Mahindra Dhoni, 79 off 59. And all in all, it was a pretty commanding performance by the Blues, who really did put the Greens to the sword. It was almost as if the win yesterday by the Reds when they defeated the Blues had really stung the senior players into action, and the poor old Greens bowlers there copped a packet. I thought actually that Chawla responded pretty well to it. He got hit very early on in his first over by Tendulkar, but he dragged it back quite nicely. 1 for 39 in 6 overs. It just confirms that he's a talent to watch out for. So at the halfway stage, 381 for 6 meant that the Indian Greens needed 382 to win. But at the half...
and once he'd done that, the spinners came on and away he went. Absolutely
he was awesome
shot
against the spinners, wasn't he? Because it was the big shot plus just a lot of high class. I mean, that's not a slog, that's just a fantastic cricket shot.
Yeah, well, he's a fantastic batsman. That's the type of thing you expect. Then he started to get a bit cheeky, lofted that one over the 2 men backward of point, kept using his feet, and the bowlers had no answer, really. Terrific shots over extra cover.
I love that 6 over extra. He hits the ball so cleanly, doesn't he? That was him getting towards the end, obviously a bit tired and bored with it all. And in fact, the very next ball after that, gave himself a bit of a talking to, but it didn't work because he then slapped that long hop to Mohammed Kaif at short mid-wicket. But really, in a marvellous knock by Sachin Tendulkar, 139 off just 100 balls, 4s and 6s by the hatful, and that was his 51st senior one-day 100. And of course, he was then followed up by Dhoni, who came in and smashed 79 off 59 balls, and it really just moved the whole thing on to 381 for 6. And the Greens didn't get anywhere near, bowled out for 113, and in fact,